our song. He even talks about I think it's called cut people off.
Cut you off to grow closer. I was listening to that song yesterday.
I want to go to be around people that talk about Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill is the guy that wrote this book called Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill basically studied all of the biggest entrepreneurs and leaders of the world and basically all their habits. He basically made a step-by-step manual of what to do in order to
achieve success.
Because it's all through your mind. It's not broke people work hard, rich people work smart. So he basically breaks down specific things you need to do every single day, and it basically manifests your reality. Anything, if it's money, if it's opportunities, if it's love, or if it's anything
however you define wealth,
right? So basically, it's about doing like affirmations, having a vision board, programming yourself before and after you go to sleep.
You just read this recently?
I read it like a few months ago, during the summer, and it is definitely working.
Okay.
I highly recommend people to read.
That's one of Leon's favorite books. Oh. He also did the seven habits of highly successful people, right?
Highly effective people
or something like that.
I think that's one of them. I know the other one is seven laws of spiritual success.
Deepak Chopra.
By Deepak Chopra.
That's my book. That's my favorite book. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna check that.
Yeah.
Put that on the book list.
Yeah, because that's
everybody who listens need to.
It's been on the book list. I've talked about it several times before.
That's the number one book.
That really is everybody. That's on a lot of people I know's book list. 100%.
If you take 30 days and apply those things, you'll see
a huge difference.
You'll see your bank account triduple it.
Like that.
That one.
That
for real.
That way.
That ass.
Okay. Say no more. I'm on that because I'm all about that bank account.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing backflips.
Yes. Exactly. No, for real.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Because this year it's about because you can't get your time back because when you work for something.
Ooh, that's a word. Okay.
Yeah. No,
that's
for
the
real.
one thing.
Spend time. Yeah. Your time is valuable. You cannot get it back.
Yes.
So those people that work 60 hours a week, they think they're doing something.
They think they're doing it. Yeah, just because they put the hours in.
It makes me sad. There's something you have something inside of you to do something that doesn't require you to work that hard.
Yeah.
It's actually in your mind. Your belief system is holding you back from thinking that you need to work so hard.
Yes.
And it's not your fault. A lot of people's beliefs are from their family.
Right.
So sometimes we have to go back and reflect on ourselves, our beliefs.
True.
And then sometimes even go to our family and be like, "Hey, you were wrong."
Right.
And
have you ever done any therapy as an adult?
Yes.
You have?
Recently, yeah.
Recently, okay.
Yes.
How is that going? You loving it?
It was cool.
It was
I would love to have a black therapist, though.
That's how I feel about it.
Which they said there are so few of.
I'm blessed enough to have. The first time I ever had a therapist when I was younger. He was a black therapist named Dr. Jones. Shout out to Dr. Jones.
Nice.
We have the same birthday, so
that's dope.
Yeah, he's 93 now. He's an old dude, man. He's still going though. So, but he's a black male, but he's up in Pennsylvania. So I mean, obviously I'm not going to him.
Crazy.
But if I ever did go down here, I do feel the same way. I would like either a black male or woman again.
Yeah, because it's hard for you to open up to someone that you may not know if they can relate
to your life,
to everything.
That's true.
Your culture,
pretty sure they're open and they're non-judgmental, but
exactly.
I've
to
tried,
be able to talk for real.
Yeah, I've talked to a counselor before, and it was nice to kind of just talk about things. What about y'all? Or I know you said. What about
No,
you?
I haven't yet. I contemplated it.
So I did it one time, when I was depressed.
Okay.
And I didn't go back because obviously I was depressed, and you're in that really sensitive state.
Right.
But I would be open to it now, but I don't know. I think if I did it, it would have to be more as far as I think I can self-heal. I think I have the ability to self-heal. Not everybody has it.
Right.
But I think if I were to ever explore therapy, I would probably I'd be open to relationship therapy, with a future significant other, spouse, or if family therapy. I think that would be something that would definitely be necessary for me.
I like that.
For function in the future.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man, I haven't thought about no relationship. I was thinking about myself.
Well,
man, that'd be so intense. It probably would help though.
No.
Yeah.
I have some friends that want to go through some relationship therapy. I think it's important.
Yeah,
I'd rather be proactive about it and just do it, baseline. Or if we have our own version of therapy,
like if you can't solve it yourself,
we unpack stuff. Right. We do it when it happens. We do it a week later. We check in,
That's probably why I haven't even tried for a relationship, because I know I'm not ready for that intensity yet.
Well, it's all about intent and dating with intentions. Like if you have someone that you feel like you want to be with or you like with, then you're intentional with them. But if it's just someone you just want to spend your time with, because I think there's a difference between spending time with people and wasting time with people. You can enjoy their company and not be intentional and not have to do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Consent and intent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Double C.
Intent is was the word of the year for me. Like a year,
that's true. Intentions.
A year of
very important.
Being intention focused. Like I feel like this year was like a very intention driven year for me. I feel like I've had 2 or 3 years of progression mentally, just from being intentional.
In what way? Do you have an example?
I think I don't know, just manifestation. I just because shit is happening. It's weird. Shit is happening. I feel prophetic a little bit.
Do you feel like a witch?
No, I don't feel like a witch, but I feel spiritual. No, I feel in tune.
I wasn't expecting that.
I feel like
there's nothing wrong.
Yeah,
with
no, I
don't
feel like a witch, because I think when I think about that, I'm everybody has magic within them. It's just a matter of how in tune with your own magic you are.
That's exactly what's going on.
But I don't think of it as far when I think of witch or Wicca or stuff like that. I think about people who do spells, incantations.
Everyone
and things
does spells.
That. You think so?
Can I break it down to you?
Go ahead.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
We're supposed to be going, but but the mic is hot, so.
Okay. So basically, everything that we speak is either a spell, a curse, a prayer, or an affirmation.
Okay.
Period. So you have affirmation, which is the highest vibration. Then you have prayer. Then you have spells, and you have curses. So when we're in school, they teach us how to spell. In cursive.
Yeah.
And curse.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Bars.
English is the demon language. It's the most.
It's the most jumbled up, confusing one.
It's made to be deceptive. It's not the original. The universe doesn't understand English. It understands vibration and frequencies and energy.
Facts.
So whatever energy or frequency you give out is what you get back.
Right.
The universe will always give you what you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, she's talking my language.
That's why
she's talking my language, girl.
I can't remember where Charlemagne says that he always says his thoughts become things.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's a law of attraction.
Everything that he's putting out, he's always put these things out because they have come back every single time.
Absolutely.
And that's why you don't put the negative energy out, because obviously that's gonna come out.
Facts.
Come back to you.
Exactly.
And best example is 6ix9ine.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Everything XXX.
Yeah.
Yes.
He spoke that shit.
Yeah, he
spoke it. I was he spoke it. It wasn't to surprise me. When I saw it, I was like, well fuck. Damn.
Yeah. That's
shit.
And every rapper that's died.
Didn't Biggie? Yeah, Biggie.
Absolutely. Even Mac Miller, he says it's not cool to OD on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everybody said. He said he'd be pissed he died.
And then he did. He knew it. People know.
Yeah.
People know.
And then especially when he was on his new album, he says that this is not his first. He talks about ODing more than once.
Yeah,
that's what good OD means. Good.
Yeah.
What is it?
Good AM.
Go OD. Good AM. Go OD and AM. It says go OD in the morning. It says it's in his title.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go. Was it? But he said it differently. He said, "What was the name of it? How do you
Good
say
AM?
It? Good AM.
Good AM.
Good AM." But it says "Go OD."
The way it is.
Yeah, it's broken
in
up
the
like
morning.
the clock. Yeah.
Go OD
damn, I
in
didn't
the
even know
morning.
Yeah.
Damn. Holy shit.
He OD'd in the morning.
He damn sure did. He definitely. Yeah.
So basically, English words are actually they were placed for us to be for us to be cursed. We're being cursed every time we speak something. That's why it's very important what you say.
I believe that.
And what you hear. And that's why I'm very conscious about like rap music. Like, I don't like listen to rap music because I'm just like
that's why my non-problematic fave is my fave.
Right.
And a lot of people do what they hear too.
Raps happy.
So it is sort of a spell because a lot of people who listen to certain types of hip hop, they go out and do the same things because they heard it.
It is dangerous because once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
That's the power of music.
So you have a conscious and then you have a subconscious. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
So basically, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between you're joking or when you're real. Like if you say I am broke, like it doesn't think that you're joking, or like I'm just playing around. No, really. So you have to immediately change it and be like, I am infinite abundance, or I am grateful that I do have this.
When I feel low, I speak in affirmations all the time, and I feel better.
Exactly. So so basically, English was brought to us to put spells on us. So for an example,
brought to us by the universe, pretty much.
Right. So I'll give you two examples. So I don't say good morning.
I know a couple people who don't.
Like good rising or peace, because the word morning actually is no English words don't actually have two meanings. It really just has that initial first meaning. Yeah. So to mourn really does mean to mourn, like to go to like. So think about it. So when you go to a funeral, you go to a wake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's called a wake. Yeah.
Think about
it.
Right.
You
go
like,
to
a mind-blowing emoji.
You go to a wake.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the first part of the funeral, right?
I got you.
Every morning you wake up. You wake up to your death. And they say good morning.
And now you're finally awake when you die.
You're basically you're a zombie when you're awake. When we're up right now, when we wake up in the morning, we're really sleeping.
Yeah.
We're really dying. We're really every day we're dying.
That's why sleep is a cousin of death. Because when you're sleeping, you're as close as getting to awake, kind of thing.
That, but like consciously we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Like we're alive right now. Like physically we're up. Like I'm awake right now. But
up there.
Yes, your consciousness. You think that
we're dead.
Yeah.
So when you speak good morning, you're wishing a morning on yourself. You're wishing. No one wants a good morning, so you want to say good rising or peace instead of saying that. Things like, for an example, I'm going to go even deeper. So I don't pray anymore because prayer gives a vibration of needing or want. So for an example, when people pray, they say, I need this or I want this. So for an example, let's say you tell the universe, I want $20. So the universe doesn't speak English, remember? It speaks vibration.
Right.
So the vibration that you're giving the universe is that I need $20.
Right.
Like, I need something. So the universe is going to continue to give you the feeling of needing. So you're consistently going to have situations of needing $20. So that's the vibration. You have to remember your vibration is what gives you your reality,
your affluence,
right? Yeah. So instead of you saying I want or need, because I don't get it on my knees and pray, because they even say prayer. Ooh, I'm gonna go deep in this. People, I'm sorry, but I got to do it. I don't care. I'm gonna wake y'all up. So
use your voice, So
basically, when the word pray comes from prey and predator, to be preyed on,
like to eat,
when you're talking to God, you're not supposed to be on your knees. You're supposed to be, you are God. You are the creator of your universe.
We are one.
When you realize that you're the same level as God, you're not on your knees praying. You know the symbol of people praying? That's the symbol of someone sucking dick.
What?
On their knees, sucking God's dick.
Oh, yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much what they did.
Pretty much. But that's what they're doing down there, too.
But we're so used to
that being the
symbol,
standard.
and we're on our knees praying to somebody.
Interesting.
Instead of doing that, get up on your feet. You are God. You create your reality.
Well, I find when I call it just putting out conscious thoughts.
Right.
That's what I say it is. But I find that I tend to do it in a meditative,
yes,
that's where legs crossed, proper posture supported, and that's when I tend to just spew out whatever
and it comes to you. You get that digital downloads and stuff. When you do affirmations, and affirmation between the difference between a prayer and an affirmation is right now. It's the most important words you can say is I am, and what comes after that. So like I said, you could say I am broke. The universe or the subconscious knows that to be true regardless, because it doesn't speak English. It knows the vibration if you're feeling that way, so it's going to give you the same vibration, right? Just gotta bring it forward.
Affirmations and the meaning of it.
Yeah, so affirmations, instead of you saying I need $20 or I want $20, you have to change your vibration to being grateful. To saying I am happy and grateful now that money comes to me in frequent quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Or say I am infinite abundance, or I am happy, or I am, like, it is right now, like you currently have it. Like, instead of you saying I need, because if you feel the vibration, like if I need something, just feels like I don't have it. And the universe always gives you what you want. So if you continue to feel like I don't have enough, you're going to continue to have not enough. But if you feel like I have enough, the universe will give you more than enough. It'll give you what you have plus more. So that's exactly what I do. I'm very conscious about what I say. Like, I don't say good morning, I say good rising or peace. I'm very conscious about what I listen to, or what I say or write, because what you write down are spells. You said witches are people that cast spells. We cast spells every single
without
day.
even realizing
Black magic is in everything. Like everything. Like the English is black magic. People don't realize it. If I ask you what that black magic, people wouldn't even know. We are doing it every day. They're casting spells on us every day. That's why television is tell lies to your vision. Like they're telling, like it's programmed to make us do a certain thing. That's why when you said the celebrity death match, I kind of thought twice about it, because they're going to be showing more violence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to kind of make it normalized. We don't need any more of that.
That's
shit.
true.
So it's just like when I turn on TV on VH1, now they have like cheaters and stuff, right? And they're all like fighting and like.
I was watching the news today, and I was like, "Where's the good news?"
So it's just like they're programming us to. All the time, like they're casting spells on us. Like they're it's in the music. Like I really think Tekashi 6ix9ine is an industry plant, because he's signed to a small label that's underneath Universal.
True.
So he actually had beef with Trippie Redd. They're on the same label.
They are,
They're managed by the same people. So they're not really having a beef.
No,
they took someone that, hey, he can give you some money to do some crazy stuff, but you're gonna probably end up getting the short part of the straw. You're gonna get the money,
but you will make some money in the process.
His album comes out literally the day after he goes to jail.
Because it got leaked, so they just had to release it so he can get.
So things like that, like they do that on purpose. Like they put that type of music in. Like his music it's not that great, but I'm watching because he can dance. Because he
can dance.
I'm
boycotting his music.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're doing to us. They're putting certain images, because they're programmed, especially black people, because we're extremely powerful. We're extremely powerful. And they're put it, like we talked about this earlier, they put it in our water, put it in our food, they put it in the music, they're casting spells on us. If you actually are aware and wake that they're trying to destroy us. There's an agenda that they're trying to destroy us. They're trying to manipulate you, but you're very powerful. You have a lot of you can manifest things instantly. There's things that'll demanifest, and I'll ask the universe, can I get it back 2 seconds later?
I must have dropped that over here.
No, for real. Like it's crazy. Like it's real stuff. Like I've cast spells. I've used my power before. I've cast a spell before. Like and consciously knew, and then it's happened before. You can do things, but it's with the intention. Period. So like, it's the term witch is negative. It's a negative perception.
It does.
But but we all are doing casting spells right now on ourselves, on our, like, be careful about what you say,
right?
And what you write down. Because you can write down everything I've written down. My goals have come.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Do you follow I Am the Beard God on Instagram? You should follow him.
Beard.
He's an account. He just puts out like spiritual content, like. if you're on Instagram,
Right.
he's got spiritual content.
Okay.
But I think you would like
I would
it.
check him out.
Yeah.
I am the beard guy.
I am the beard god. It's a weird handle, but it's a
Yeah.
great account.
Interesting. I
Yes.
can't forget that one.
That makes me want to know. I never looked at that. I've always looked at witches as a negative connotation, and like until you explained it that way, now it kind of makes sense. And that's why I feel like as I get older, like there's people that I've gone to school with that are gravitating towards like this witch thing.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening
Because
right now?
they know how they're powerful.
They're understanding.
We're powerful. Like like crystals are powerful. Like they have a lot of energy. We talked about last time we were here.
Yeah, I want to talk about that, man.
Yeah, crystals are extremely powerful. Like every rock and tree has a story.
Yep.
If you think about it, like the crystals I have in my pocket, they're thousands of
They're from
years
the earth.
Like they're old as hell. Like they've been here longer than us. The stories that they have, and their frequency is
strong.
vibrant. Like it's there. So it's just we are just. If you think about it, our reality is just frequency and energy.
Yes.
It's just we think we're physical, but really it's just highly advanced pixels. Like if we were in like a video game, like that's what atoms are. Atoms are just pixels. That's what they talk about atoms. That's why I never really understood what a fucking atom was, but it's just pixels like in a video game, but put together.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what we are. But if you break it down, we're just vibrating at a high.
Yep.
So yeah, everything is vibration and energy.
I think it's,
So-
I was gonna say, I think they said like in 20 years, video games will look so real, it'll be hard to tell it from reality.
That's why I know we're in a simulation. Because they actually said that the universe
we're
has
about to be able to build something like this.
No, they said they have actually proven that there's code in the universe, like the actual, like in the star, there's codes, ones and zeros, and it's from a code from 1940s, from a guy that created some code in the 1940s. Like it's an actual computerized simulation. Like it's proof. Like if you look up, there was some talk with the other black scientist guy,
Neil
deGrasse.
Yeah, he was talking
Yes.
to another black guy, like this other astronomer. Yeah, he was talking about that there were he discovered the code in our universe that actually is in our DNA plus it's in the actual universe, and it's just ones and zeros. So that's what computer is. Computer coding is just one and
like
zero.
the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So everything is it literally is
Codes.
It's a game. So once you know how powerful it's like a game, so you can hack it.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
you're saying.
I think I read something and it was like you are like a being of higher consciousness. You're
Yes.
just having a human experience.
Yes, you are. You're a light being, have a human. We're all the same consciousness. We're just having different experiences. So that's when we have to understand we're the same thing. Because the whole purpose is for us to love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The universe wants you to be happy and be
Right.
like you're free on your
Exactly.
frequency.
Once
That's
you're
what the
happy,
universe
things
wants.
start going
Yes.
good for you. That's
So this is my thing. So I get it when you explain it that way, but when it comes to like everything having energy, I'm with that. I don't get down. I don't get down with the rock thing. Like the crystals,
Right.
the crystals, and it's because a lot of the times I feel like when I see it, see, I'm attributing it to something else. So let's go back to like the not the seven. What was the book you were telling everybody? to read?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
Right.
I'm attributing to people's success to stuff like that. It's like this is how you think, which is exactly what you said, and you get it, which is you putting the work behind it, whether it be working hard or working smart. I think you can do both because some of the people that are working hard are also working. They're working. Some of them are working
They're
smart
efficient
to a certain extent as well.
It's because your brain is a frequency. That's the whole purpose. Like your thoughts are frequencies.
Like a generator.
There's a chart. Like there's a frequency chart. Like there's and I'll pull it out on my phone.
But do you listen to certain frequencies for certain things? Yeah.
I'll pull it out and show you because basically I had updated my phone.
But what I was saying, but pretty much like what I was about to say was like the crystal thing, man. I just don't believe in that as much, just because it's like I feel like I'm starting to see that more often, and I feel like I don't need the crystal. I can literally just work smarter or work harder and get the same thing that this
crystal would manifest.
Well, let me explain
exactly.
what crystals
you
do
see
for
what I'm
me.
saying? Yeah. I don't think I just feel like I feel like I see a lot of people getting them, and they think that's about to change everything. And I'm thinking, no, just do the work, and then that will change everything. You know what I mean? Like
this is what crystals do. Basically, in general, I'm going to share. This is a frequency chart. Mm-hmm. So, this cone represents
that like decibels and all that.
No, basically, it just represents the lowest frequency, which is basically your feelings, to the highest frequency. Okay. This is where you want to be in life.
Well,
you
enlightenment,
joy.
right?
You want to have peace, love, but the highest frequency is in enlightenment, or peace or joy. But the lower you go, like shame, guilt, grief, the harder life. So, for an example, the reason why.
Can you airdrop that to me too?
Absolutely.
We'll do that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, when you think, your thoughts, like I said, the universe does not understand English. It understands frequency. So you have to not only just think positive things, you have to feel it. Mm-hmm. You have to actually feel. So instead of you just saying, I am rich, some people really don't believe it. Mm-hmm. So if you really don't believe it, the universe knows that you don't believe it. Right. So that's why you have to program yourself. You have to do affirmations before you go to sleep and right before you wake up. You have to say the same shit until your brain starts to believe I'm a motherfucking million. You know, because because at first it's hard to believe that you're gonna be abundant, or sometimes people want to be rich, but people don't believe they can have it.
I see what you're saying.
So
Lady Gaga said something like that. She was like, they asked her about how did she feel to like be successful, and she was like, I always said this every day, and it was a lie until it happened.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's literally you fake it until you make it. Literally, mentally, you have to.
But it takes time to program you.
Yeah, it takes 28 days to create a habit. We're computers. It's a simulation. It's literally a fucking video game. Mm-hmm. Your brain is a computer. They've designed phones after us.
The human brain, yeah.
Everything's designed after us.
It, yeah.
So, for an example, like I said, your thoughts. The universe doesn't understand English. It understands your feelings, like your frequency. Mm-hmm. Your frequencies are feelings. Your heart chooses everything.
Yes. Okay.
Your feelings. So if you feel like I am abundant, I'm at peace, or I am love, or once that resonate, the universe gives it back to you. That frequency comes back, right? With crystals, what happens is crystals have a certain frequency
that they run.
Each of them have their own. So, for an example, there's a tiger's eye like a tiger's eye crystal. That one is on a frequency of protection. I had to take that with me to New York City. Like, had to. Mm-hmm. So like literally,
you're susceptible to other people's energies.
Like, not me mentally knowing like I'm gonna be safe, but I have an extra like
defense.
Field, like actual. Right. You can't see it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. There's things that we can't see.
Right.
We only have 5 senses. The smell, the whatever. There's so many things that we don't see or get to experience because we don't have those other senses. Dogs, they can see and hear certain things. Bugs and stuff, they can see certain things and hear, but we can't because we're not allowed to. But those rocks, those crystals, those have frequencies, but we can't see them, but we could feel them. There's a particular crystal called, I think, selenite. No, not selenite. There's one that literally it doesn't need to be cleansed. It automatically cleanses you. So when you wave it around you literally feel the negative energies.
It is. I think it is selenite.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like a white crystal. Like, yeah. So like you literally do feel. Like you feel the like the negative thoughts.
Facts.
Like come from like
this is starting more mental. Okay, so I think this is the thing that I'm struggling with. So from what I'm hearing is that you have got to have the mental part down before the crystals come into play.
No,
or you're saying you need to have all of them in place.
It's all about intentions as well. When you get a crystal, you do set an intention that this crystal is going to do something for you. Because it's a relationship. Like it's. I know it's kind of weird, but at the same time, like for an example, like I think, like I have some crystals around my neck. When I take these off, I really do feel like I'm being choked. Like this energy is protecting me. I have like tiger's eye, some malachite, some like amethyst, like and it's protecting me. It's giving me abundance. it's just I really do feel the energy. And when I don't have my crystals around, like I really do feel like something's wrong, like something's going on, like one of them's for self-love, and when I'm having a hard time, like I really do like hold on to this rose quartz, and like it really does help me like learn how to love myself, how to love others when I'm going through hard time. And like it's just a lot of things. Like this one is about abundance and wealth, and this really does like like no, for real, like these crystals are exactly. So these, you know, these give off a certain frequency and have a collection, and there's certain things that I just always take around with me.
You make like a cocktail of them. Like I like some days I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take these today. I feel like today I want to be, you know, I want the clear quartz to be intentional. I want that. Oh nope, today I'm feeling a little bit anxious. I want the amethyst.
Right. Yeah. So and then also I have these. I don't have them today, but I have these beads that I wrap around my arms because when I get anxiety, I can start meditating. I take one bead at a time and just breathe in and out. And it's just a good. It gets you past you hurting yourself mentally because you're your biggest like. You're the person. Like I said, you're holding yourself back from being successful. No one else is. It's your thoughts because it's your the frequency that comes after those thoughts. That's what matters. So. Crystals, like I know it's hard, but it may not rock for you, but it's something that I've learned over time that has helped me, and I've noticed like without them, I feel weird, and I even have like a little grid, a crystal grid at home, that I activate when it's a new moon or full moon. I set my intentions, and things really do manifest. Like when a new moon is basically when you don't see the moon in the sky,
and then it pops back,
right. And then a full moon is of course a full moon, so it happens every 2 weeks, either a full moon or a new moon. So when a new moon comes, you basically cleanse your house, you cleanse yourself, you take a spiritual bath. You cleanse your crystals, and then you set whatever intentions you want for that to manifest during the full moon, because the full moon that's when all things. That's when things break off. That's when like things all hell breaks loose, or all good things happen. So it's whatever your intentions were 2 weeks ago. And on top of that, I'm not sure if you guys know this. Women's cycles are moon cycles.
Yeah.
So that's why they say when women are together, they sync up. Like their periods sync up, but it's not that. It's because their cycles are actually lined up with the moon.
Gotcha.
Like their periods either going to be on the full moon or on the new moon. And it either means you're either more prone to get pregnant or you're more prone to be a person that is a caregiver to people, like help, like
interesting,
like being a
like a shaman type thing.
Yeah. So there's women that are like born to have babies. And then there's women that are born to nurture like people, but not have babies. So the moon is crazy. Like the astrology, the cycle, everything is on point. Everything is divine. Everything is not coincidence. Everything is literally the way it's supposed to be.
Okay, so I guess the thing with me is that if this was me from my perspective, I would have to do the mental part first. Before I feel like I would incorporate... As in, like,
meditation to get...
No, not even meditation. Just I would say when it comes to, like, habits and thought processes and things of that nature, just, like, before, which one is this?
That's the amethyst. That's yours.
Oh, look at you.
Which one is this for, though?
Well, I would look it up. It's called amethyst.
I'll look it up for myself.
It's probably... a lot of people's favorites.
Okay, I'll look this up. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to YouTube and watch a video.
A little video on it. Okay, cool. So I feel like for me it would have to be more of the. I would do the mental programming first,
right?
Before, I feel like how I always thought about this is how I always thought about these. You're the one that changed my opinion on these,
right.
Because I used to call people that like carry I just call them Roc Niggas,
right?
Because I feel like it's like you carrying them,
right?
But it's like if you don't want to do it, it's not gonna happen whether you got that shit on you or not.
No, it's happening.
Was that a knock?
Yeah. I don't want to get up no more.
Yeah, I'm not getting up. So whoever it is, I mean, hey, quiet, nigga.
Who's that, Leon? That sounded like Leon.
What? I guess he just be pulling up when he wants to.
I don't know if it is. Is it? I was wrong. I was wrong, right? Oh, okay, yeah. I was wrong.
Hey.
I guess I don't know Leon as much as I thought I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, you called them Roc Niggas.
Okay, yeah. So
I cannot.
was about to say, shit.
You have to change your mindset.
Oh, I always felt like until I'm like met somebody like you, I always felt like most of the people that like they were getting them as like hoping it would be some sort of cheat code. Even though you said it's not really a cheat code. The whole mental process is like you're in the game, but you're tricking it yourself. But right. I've always I feel like people use it as like some sort of trick, like it was like gonna trick them into success or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's not a trick. I think it's just a support. It magnifies.
It's like amplification.
Yeah, it really does.
Like it enhances
like
what you already
have. It's like a battery for an emotion.
It is. It really. It's. You are your energy. You're these just magnets. We're all magnets, like of either positive or negative. Like that's it. Like life's about balance, good or bad. You want to continue to get good, positive.
The good one out.
Yeah. So you can only focus on one thing. On positive or negative.
That's a fact.
So
you're not going back and
it'll
forth.
continue to make you stay positive.
Okay.
So
it's an aid. It's a helper too.
It helps. Like once you look it up.
I'm gonna look it up. I'll start speaking. I'll do my research on. I'll start with this though. The one that you gave me.
But it also it also is an intention. But it's if you don't, it's also in belief as well. If you don't believe in you, people. Have really hardcore beliefs, and that's true to them.
Yeah.
So that's your reality.
I see what you're
So
saying,
it will come true. Like whatever you believe will be real.
Thoughts become things.
It's true. Everything is real. And there's millionaires out there that they just really they lie to themselves. Like or they're just tricked. They're believing like I believe that I'm successful, and they are successful. But how did you get there? I believe, if you didn't believe, you would have never been. Just like even Takai, he was like, I believed in my no one cared.
But it's the truth, though.
Yeah, it's the truth. He really believes. He said, I'm the hottest in New York. Remember?
Yeah.
I'm the hottest
I don't pay that man no attention.
He literally, you're right,
right.
But he literally said it so much until it was a thing.
Right.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
And on top of also the negative stuff.
That's
everything is so magnified this year. Like 2018 is a huge year for changing the shift for everybody. Yep. Like what you say is very true. Like everybody that's passed away, like they manifested that. Yeah. Like it wasn't really necessarily like a huge surprise. It was a shock.
And astrologically too, if that's the right word, this has been like moon wise. With this has been a big year too.
This year has been like the most solar eclipse, the most lunar eclipse. It's been like red moons, blue moons, and
there's a lot of stuff happening up there this year.
Things going in retrograde, coming out of retrograde.
So that's why this year was like this.
This year,
it was a definitive year.
Yeah, next year is because if you're into numerology,
that's
next year's 2019, which is 11, which is a double
gateway year. Yeah.
19.
It's a new beginnings times. Like this year was 2018, which was a
Oh, if you're into numerology, every year also represents something. What you're
everything
saying.
Adds up to
as far as different numbers, and those different numbers coincide with different things.
What's a gateway year? 2019 is a gateway year.
2018. Wait,
it'd be 2018 is a gateway year, right? Or I'm bugging.
And 2019 is 2000.
Oh, you have to do math.
That's 12.
Carry the 12. One.
Yes. Wait.
Yeah.
2019
is 12,
which is 3.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pass algebra.
So basically, in numerology, everything adds up to just one number.
Okay.
So like 3, 2 plus 1 plus 9, or 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like this year was like the ending, and like next year is like
the beginning.
Yeah. Of certain things.
It says that like 2019 is supposed to be the year of like transformative and transition to basically everyone like living in Dharma.
Mm-hmm.
What is Dharma?
Like your life's purpose, and everyone's moving into Dharma in 2019.
I like to think of it as
whether they know it or not.
Yes,
gotcha.
I like to think of it as like a slingshot. Like I was set back. set back.
Blah, blah. Yeah.
Shout out to the ministerial logo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been cocking.
Exactly.
So
even that was synchronicity right there.
Yeah.
So we've been cocking back.
Yep.
Yeah, been
all year.
set back, but then you get let go into like
arrows. Yeah.
Dennis
the
the
space of the abyss of abundance that you've been waiting for.
I can feel it, man. This has been a crazy year for me too. It's been a crazy year for everybody. Yeah, it's been a pretty. Yeah, this year has been kind of crazy.
So ready to wrap it up? My Chappelle show wrap it up.
Right.
Yeah. Hey man, you always leave me with mad shit to think about.
Is there anything else that you wanted to get off your chest or talk about?
That's what I'm trying to think, man.
Anything about astrology, numerology, the simulation, the video game, music, videos?
Shit, I'm still carrying some of the stuff that you told us or told me the last time. Remember when I was saying I was struggling with fear and anxiety, and you were like, there is no fear. And
exactly.
I didn't understand, but then after doing like my other research and how programming your mind and all that shit, I was like, oh yeah, there is none.
Yep.
It's only
exactly. That's why I want to go skydiving this year.
Everyone who does it, they always say that it's like life changing.
Yeah, I just want to do it.
I had a friend who went like a year or two ago, and he was like, I can't describe free falling to you. He was like, but free falling is like the best thing I have ever experienced.
That's awesome.
Damn,
you see, Will Smith jump out the
through the Grand Canyon or whatever like
lit,
that.
Yo, he looked so scared, but he did it.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's the goal. Is to just be fearless and just challenge yourself. That's what life's about. It's about experiences. It's not about money.
Right.
It's about love and it's about experiences and figuring out how to challenge yourself. It's a video game. It's like you're you get to a certain level, it tries to challenge you and test you. But it's really a video game because if you think about it, it's a life you chose. Like you literally, like a video game, you choose a character.
You choose how you dress.
Like the real life. Exactly. You need to realize you chose.
RPGs.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, RPGs.
I'm serious, bro.
RPGs, everything you do changes the entire layout of the game. So everybody's game is gonna be different.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everyone, just like you go to Tony Hawk, you pick a white skateboard, nigga, you get a you got this t-shirt,
certain hat,
and then certain and that's what you chose this life. That's what you have to
and your
realize.
Identity.
You're choosing this life. So when you realize you're going to die, this is a video game. It's going to be done one day.
How do you
want to actually live your life? Do you And then literally you have Judgment Day, just like Judgment Day, like they talk about in the Bible. You get God talks to you and says, this is the bad shit, or you go to hell, or you go to heaven, right? Just like a video game, you get a summary of how well you did in the video game. You get a summary of how many people you shot, and how well you did,
how many hours
you played, and then it tells you if you redo the whole level again, and it restarts the whole level. Like level 7, you game over.
I get that, like leveling up in life.
Yeah, but I also think that once you get past a certain level, you ascend into the stars. So I think that's where our ancestors are. They're just up there, like watching us.
That was about to be my next question. What do you think? Do you think our matter, our energy, because energy never can be created or destroyed?
I'm not sure if this is something that is just a continuum. No one can really explain where we even came from. They talk about the Big Bang Theory, and the Big Bang Theory is a video game. So if you think about a video game, it just starts out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Doon, doon, like it just started out. It's a video game. The game just started out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're here, and literally, no one can explain how the universe is. Just a Big Bang. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, I'm like, I never understood that until I understood the simulation theory. Okay. I'm like, okay, the Big Bang. A video game. Like it just started out of nowhere. Like no one can explain. Like even where we even came from, like where it's an infinity.
Yeah.
Like so, I don't know if we die, if we come back and continue to just experience the same thing,
same consciousness and different human experience,
right? Or if you just really ascend to the next level, or if there's a different reality.
Right.
What if this is just like
Level
an experiment, like because someone really thinks that we're just in a middle schoolers science experiment, like an advanced like science experiment in the future, and then there could be different realities that.
Ooh, you get to go interstellar on me.
Yeah, for real, like straight up, like this could just be like a video game. We're just experience human. This is what we think is real.
Yeah,
there could be different things that are real.
This is test 1 human. They got test 1 gargoyles over there.
Yeah. I don't know, like something just that we can't even think of, like something completely different. I don't know.
I'm gonna just be on my vibe.
Yeah,
because that's all I can do is just.
Yeah, I know the purpose is just to be happy and just to love, and you have a purpose and
find your
purpose,
frequency and
to
ride it.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm not even scared of death anymore too because of that.
You're not even.
No.
Yeah.
So.
I used to be really afraid of death. Now I don't think about it at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Anybody else have anything? Want to ask? We're not gonna see her for 6 months at least.
Oh man,
she's just a DM away.
Yeah. She is. That's a fact.
She's just a DM away.
I think that's it, man.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you for getting through. You know, ogres are like onions. Like Shrek says.
Right.
You got through some of those layers to AJ today, so I'm very, very happy.
You've been trying to get through those layers?
I don't try, because...
Okay. Yeah, it's hard.
I just do my thing.
Dickhead, baby.
Playing 2 video games.
Well, maybe next time you be with them Roc Niggas.
Look, I'm a Roc nigga right here.
Have another Roc nigga on the show.
Exactly.
I
got
right. You're gonna have
It started popping up everywhere in my life. I said, somebody got to explain something.
Right. I've been seeing these rocks everywhere, man. Anybody got any rocks?
Anybody got any rocks? All I see is Roc Niggas everywhere.
Right.
Nobody's explaining this shit the right way. You know what I'm saying? So someone gonna have to give me this game where I'm not gonna believe it yet.
Now, there's a store downtown Raleigh you can go to.
Where you at, Dancing Moon?
I think so.
Off Wake Forest.
No, it's really downtown, like
in like city
Raleigh,
in fucking. I think it's a couple places.
It's called like Rose something.
I know what you're talking about. The one by like Big Ed's and like Social Status and all that stuff.
It's like really, I'm not sure.
On the cobblestone.
Yeah, there's an actual store downtown like that has a cat in it and shit, like fucking Toro cars and shit. And,
wait. Does it have a big 311 on it?
Yeah, exactly. I think.
Didn't I tell you that? Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
In 2003, I kept seeing that number, and then I met a friend that was in spirituality, and I always used to pass that place at 311. Oh, that's the number I catch all the time.
Right.
And then she was like, "Yeah, I got a lot of spiritual stuff from this store." Right. She took me to the store, and it was that store. And then I went inside. There was a bunch of like ancient Egyptian stuff. I had a dream about ancient Egypt at one time, and I was just like,
"Yeah,
what the fuck is happening?"
I like Numerology.
What's that?
So they literally just minerals like stone, precious stones, all that stuff. They do the large like geodes and things like that in Triangle, and they have one in Crabtree. But they do pocket stones, Palo Santo, sage, singing bowls.
Yeah, I need singing bowl.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards.
Singing
so that's where I go.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yes,
it's
such a peaceful sound.
I'm with the vibration now. We here on the vibration thing. I know I'm fully on that vibration thing.
Vibration is all the same.
It's the same thing.
It's all the same stuff. That's why 5G that's about to come out is about to destroy us.
Oh my god, it is
5G.
5G, the new cellular
like data. It's literally home Wi-Fi, like everywhere.
It's killing animals and shit because it's the frequency it's a certain.
It's so
it's like a really strong frequency.
Because it should only be in your home. You shouldn't be able to access that everywhere.
Bro, have y'all heard about Agenda 21?
I don't want to talk about it.
You heard about it?
I don't know what it is, but I don't want to talk about it.
Oh no! I need at least 2 minutes on this.
You sure you don't want to talk about it?
Yeah, you about to talk about it, so it don't really matter.
Well, y'all should look it up. The UN has this thing called Agenda 21, and it's basically an agenda to get the population of the world to be in a centralized location, kind of like district. You know how they had Hunger Games and they had different districts?
Yes.
So
every district serves its purpose.
So like United States, we have New York, we have LA, we have Texas or Austin, we have the major. Those are like our districts, right? So if you notice, there's these really bad fires in California.
Yep.
These like random ass snowstorms and that. You know that in New York City that they weren't prepared for, that the whole city shut down
and all that shit.
Like the chemtrails that they're spraying, like they're basically saying that they're controlling the weather, and that they're causing the fires in California. So like there's towns that are being wiped out because these towns are not going to be able to be rebuilt anytime soon. Those people are going to have to move. You know what I'm saying? So the plan is to be a sustainable living lifestyle, which is for people to live closer to where they work, which is a great idea, right? Because I would love to work really close to live where I work, in the city, but if you live in a city with no car, you're living on top of people.
Yeah.
And then all hell breaks loose.
It's fucking
just
chaos.
like hunger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's some agenda that's trying to get people to move to big cities, to live in like luxury apartments, to live a sustainable lifestyle, so they don't have a car, they have a bike.
Yeah.
Which is a nice idea because of, you know, going green and stuff like that. But they're trying to get people to move out of rural areas. So do you remember that national text message that we got a couple of months ago?
Yeah,
that really weird alert.
Yeah,
like this is just a warning. Or do you remember getting that?
Yeah, the presidential one.
Yeah, exactly. So Trump wants to know who didn't get the message because they're tracking people. That when you accepted that, it basically put a trigger on your phone. That's what they're saying. So
let you know
it
where you are.
Down. Yeah. So if you live in a royal area, they can find you.
I know to find it now.
Yeah, I know where to get you. You know what I'm saying? Because before, I don't think they were really tracking people down. They were, you know. I think there's that was the first time the Patriot Act, that some type of law that allows them to access people's personal information.
Yeah.
But basically, the agenda is to try to get people to live in a centralized location, in big cities, in one location where you don't really have a car because it doesn't make sense for you to have a car. To have like public transportation. But with all hell breaks loose, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So
wipe out all those people.
Right now, if you look into Agenda 21, they're trying to they have like 5G, chemtrails, these fires. Like it's actually proven that P&G, like the electrical company, is causing these fires. Like they're literally, and it's under Rothschild and Rockefeller.
Yeah.
And it's because China owns America. We are in debt, and they want the land, so they're burning the shit. And they want us to be in our own districts, and they keep the rest of the land.
Damn, maybe in a couple of years that actually comes to fruition and shit.
It's fact. So China,
those burned out lands, all of a sudden become a huge Asian population.
Yeah, I'll tell you,
especially on the west side, they're already running over there.
Yes, yeah. In China, because the population is so big, they can't own a house. They can only have a 70-year lease. So because they work so hard and they have so much money, they come to America and just buy our stuff effortlessly. So that's why the housing market is so bad in California. So they come to California. When I went to California, majority was Asians. Then it was Latinos. Yeah. Then it was white people. Then maybe one black person.
Yeah.
But it was Asian people everywhere, rich, money, and they buy the houses. And sometimes they'll buy the houses and won't rent them out, or they will rent it out and make it really high rent. Yeah. Or they'll just buy it just to have it, so they can resell it, or just to have it. So the agenda is for them to get their land because we're in debt. We don't have money. But how do we give China back their stuff? They have an agenda to get rid of us from the land because the land is the most valuable thing.
Period.
So that's what.
And they can't do like what they did to the natives and just literally do it. So they're just like
it's a slow process where they're controlling us. They're making us dependent on like fast food and Walmart and not being able to grow our own food. If the internet stopped today, if food stopped, like if it snowed the other day, like I didn't go to the grocery store. I was like, damn, like well, what do I do if I ain't got no food? I'm over here, I got to figure it out. But we're so dependent on everything, and something could happen to the point where, what are you gonna do?
Because you're just so dependent on everything.
But that was something that I always used to wonder, like seeing technology grow and seeing like how less we have to do things and less. Oh, we just have to do things at ease. Oh, I want a movie. I don't even have to go to the store anymore. Oh, I want a book. I don't even have to go to a bookstore anymore. Like everything is just so convenient. I stopped one day. I was just like, I don't know. Like one day, like what if all this shit just electronically just goes away? Then you can't fucking do anything.
What do you do?
So watch out for Agenda 21. I'll look into that.
I'm definitely looking into that.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah, I have one question. Going back to like the video game thing, how is it that like, are they the bad guys in this video game?
Are there bad guys?
Are they the bad guys in this video game, or are they good guys in their video game? And they think this is a good thing they're doing by wiping people out?
I feel like this has always been going on, but we're going through like
enlightenment.
Exactly.
The blinders are coming off.
Exactly. We're going through the age of Aquarius, which is basically the age of like a 2,000 year shift that went from age of Pisces, which is like deception and lies, and like now we're slowly going to a phase where everything is getting unveiled and we're starting to know the truth. So like this is, I think Agenda 21 has probably been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
But now people are aware. Like I said, like I think you mentioned like when people are aware, like you think maybe bad things will happen, but if people are aware, then people can stop certain things from happening because.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So I'm aware that they put a lot of stuff in my food, so I'm gonna stop eating certain things and now I feel a lot better. You know, they wouldn't have told me that. Yeah. You know, so just being aware of their agenda to try to make me sick. I thought that doctors were trying to help me feel healthy.
I just got off my doctor shit. Like, I just had an awakening, but I'll go into that later.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a matter of being aware of what's going on. So it's just interesting to know that we're being targeted.
Yeah.
That's just something I used to struggle with, especially when I consider myself, like, you know, Christian. I mean, I was never religious, but I just consider myself Christian because, well, every other black person around me is Christian, so I guess I'm Christian. So
that's your belief.
Yeah. You know, like that's going all the way to like the MySpace. You know, it's like, what's your belief? Remember they used to have something?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm black, so I guess I'm Christian. You know, I never used to really question it, but that was one of the conflicting things. Like in my mid-20s when I started to like really wake up and shit, you know, and started to look around and get more suspicious and question things. I started to conflict with like sort of like my religious beliefs. I'm like, how could knowing all the terrible things that are happening to the world and the people who are doing it, I'm like, how is like God allowing this to happen? And are they the bad guys? Like, how are we just brought into a world where we're just like captive and like what is going on here?
I think it's balance. I think it's good and bad. I think the universe has to have good and bad. I think it's
yin and yang.
Yeah,
it can never be good all
yin
the
and
time.
yang.
Absolutely. I think we have to go through bad to understand what good means.
Exactly.
Like, so I think that's just it. I think once we get past it, we'll understand and appreciate it and not do it again. Like there's so many things we look back like why did we go to war and do this? And I think we're slowly maybe going through that, but it's still, you know, you still wonder like why are people, and it's a vibration. I think also certain places have certain vibration or grids like when I went to New York has a vibration of abundance, but like on a high level, like abundant on everything, good and bad. Like has a vibration of like super successful, the smartest people, but also the most poorest, like the hard, roughest, the roughest, like it's all abundant, like it's extreme energy. I think certain locations have certain grids and certain like vortexes that give off a certain like
I believe that
feeling or something happens in that area. It's just meant to happen. Like so, the Middle East may have a certain grid that is coming off to have like a certain. That's why like peace in the middle, you know, like they need like they probably have like an actual part in their vortex that something is off. Like, but I think I've even heard that they send certain monks or people that meditate in certain areas to actually bring that vibration, or even that changes that. I think there's certain places in the world that have a certain concentration of really good energy, and I think it changes through time, or even it by itself, like it actually changes. I think Tibet or I don't know says they have like some high frequency, and I think it's changing to somewhere else. So yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. I think it even has to do with the solar system. It's all shifting around us. And,
right.
So. I guess sometimes I just wonder of the mindset of the people who are you know at the top and just like. Do they think they're evil, or is it kind of just, hey, look, this is just business, and you don't really matter to me. I'm not related to you.
No, it's business. It's not a spiritual thing. That's why I don't like corporate business, because they don't tell you to run off of your feelings and your intuition. It's all off of logic.
Right. Yeah.
But
that's
logic
true.
is just probability, in my opinion.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
interesting. Yeah.
Shout out to the businessman at the top who don't give a shit about us. No, that's just like.
But I mean, you look at all the great CEOs; they're free thinkers, they're intuitive people, and those are the companies.
Most definitely.
Yeah, most of them are. And whatever.
I think it comes in different forms because you see some that move a little bit differently, but they got the same core principles. Though.
Yeah.
It's just
and the more popular they get, oh look,
presented differently.
They had the flu, or they died on an airplane.
Right.
You know, the most powerful people that are woke up there and try to tell everybody else, oh, they got sick.
Cancer.
They got sick.
Dr. Sebi and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, Dr. Sebi.
Yeah. about Dr. Sabian.
Yeah.
He killed him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, there's supposed to be a documentary coming out.
Oh
about
yeah,
him.
but Nipsey's gonna help with that, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's
cool.
helped fund. I think he's
I
helping
heard
fund
him
it.
saying it.
Yeah, or produce it or something.
So that's a step in the right direction. Having somebody like Nipsey
that should be
do
coming out soon.
Good.
I don't know when it's coming out, but I know they're working.
Because sometimes I feel like black people more than anybody needs to get information like this. You know, I feel there's a lot of woke white people out there. You know, like it's a lot of us that are struggling in areas and we don't have access to this kind of information, and we need one of us to give that information. That's why I'm glad like some things that Kendrick says and other woke artists says subliminally in their music.
Right.
Puts it in their listeners.
I mean, but it's kind of like it's up to the listener still because it's like the whole
still got to do the research yourself.
You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize Kendrick Lamar was talking about Napoleon Hill, and then I was like, oh.
I didn't notice that until you just.
I'm like, he was like, okay,
Yeah.
thinking Groveridge though. No wonder he's doing well.
It's like-
He's already been on that mindset.
Doing it, so yeah. So that's what's sad.
Just watch your back, Kendrick.
Yeah, you just have to be careful about what you say, think, listen
Publicly.
to. It's a diet. Like it's really like a streamline, a frequency that comes in and out.
Yes.
So you just have to be very careful. So
Yes.
that's why people are like, you don't listen to a lot of rap. I'm like, nah. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm trying to be happy, bro.
Yeah, I can't risk hearing something that might throw me off a little bit.
Right, it does. I really do feel that vibration goes off, even if it's a sad song. I have to switch. I'm like, I feel it. I'm too. Like sometimes I can listen to J. Cole, make me want to cry and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Not now, Cole.
Yeah. I'm cool
especially
on this, Cole.
with Logic talking about, I don't want to die.
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
I'm like, too sad. I can feel it.
Yeah.
So I'm sensitive.
Yeah. Hey, look, I feel you.
I'm an artist.
What do you call those people that
I'm
are sensitive to like
about my
Empaths.
shit.
empaths? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But hey, man, it was a pleasure having you again.
Thank you again.
Yeah. We got a couple episodes in here.
Right,
we had 2.5. We got 2 hours 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we're gonna chop this up. We'll
We'll chop it and screw it.
Yeah, we'll space it out. We might have it like 80 and 80. Because I think I'm actually out of town next weekend for my friend's birthday. So this will actually work out perfectly, I think, because we can do
part 1 and
2
part 2.
hour and like 15-minute
Right,
episodes for 2 weeks. Yeah. And we'll give them 2 different names and all that. So yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, man, it was a pleasure. Good luck this next year
thank
coming
you.
up, especially your next 6 to 8 month like
It's gonna be interesting.
transition
It's
and
gonna be
journey.
great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
I wish you the best on that
Thank
too.
you.
And we're gonna be in touch anyway. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, thanks for coming out last night as well.
Oh yeah, not a problem. I'm glad, man. I had so much fun last
Yeah.
night, and then I had some food up there at Pie Pushers. Shout out to they had some fire wings, and then I really like their name, Pie Pushers. That's a pretty it is straight pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a pretty hard name.
Durham is pretty cool there.
It really is.
So.
Yeah. They have like culture that people can get down.
They do.
By. They have culture that people can get behind.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Raleigh to step it up.
The people in Raleigh have to change. That's the thing, though. Yeah.
All the government's here.
Yeah. But hey, man,
that's right.
that is very true. So we ain't never gonna get no change like that. You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
see.
That's true.
We'll see.
But hey, we'll see y'all next week for the next 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
See ya.
And peace.
Peace.